Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
Finance and Economics.
February 25, 1900 America, New York. America's tariff wall on Chinese imports looks increasingly like Swiss cheese. As avoidance booms, so does the trade deficit.
Finance and Economics.
February 25, 1900 America, New York. Despite bulging debt everywhere, the IMF is struggling to be helpful. The world's lender of last resort is hampered by geopolitical tensions.
Finance and Economics.
February 25, 1900 America, New York. Gold demand has surged in India. Despite the government's efforts, Indians are rushing to stash metal under the mattress.
Finance and Economics.
February 25, 1900 America, New York. The many virtues of the yen, the rich world's cheapest currency. Japan has low inflation, cheap stocks and a strong international balance sheet.
Finance and Economics. February 25, 1900 America, New York. With its President Maverick policies, Turkey cannot hope to bring down prices. Stabilizing the lira will not be enough to stave off inflation. Finance and Economics.
February 25, 1900 America, New York. A battle to modernize Italy's corporate governance is entering its final stage. A bank fights billionaires over the fate of the country's largest insurance firms.
Finance and Economics.
February 25, 11 o'clock America, New York. The economic consequences of the war in Ukraine. Expect higher inflation, lower growth and some disruption to financial markets.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
February 24, 7:03 America, New York. Northrop Grumman, Occidental Petroleum, Coinbase, FuboTV, Apple. What to watch when the stock market opens today. Defense stocks were climbing after Russia invaded Ukraine. Coinbase is due to report after the close.
Daily FX Market News.
February 24, 6:59 America, New York. BTC, USD update. Bitcoin bleeds as Russian troops invade Ukraine. Cryptocurrencies extend losses after confirmation of a war between Russia and the Ukraine led investors to seek refuge in the safe haven dollar.
Daily FX Market News.
February 24, 6:45 America, New York. Oil prices spike higher as Russia launches full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Russia launches attack on Ukraine. Oil prices soar through $100 per BBL mark.
Digital Finance.
February 24, 6:41 America, New York. Payments in Japan. Jack Momos, Dagika, Vox EP24. Jack Momos talks about Japan's fintech scene and taking Dagika's payments business global. The Post Payments in Japan. Jack Momos, Dagika, Vox EP24 appeared first on Digital Finance.
New York Times Business. February 24, 6 o'clock America, New York. You can take it with you, if the grave is deep enough. Sometimes apocryphal, often outrageous, stories of car lovers who were buried with their prized possessions.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. February 24, 6 o'clock America, New York. Large, late merchandise orders are raising companies' inventory costs. The combination of big merchandise orders and lengthy shipping delays is tying up cash in supply chains, straining the finances of a swath of companies as they seek to cover the cost of goods awaiting delivery.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
February 24, 5:52 America, New York. Why green investors are buying dirty coal. Traditional power companies are hardly market darlings right now, and that is resulting in some interesting takeover bids.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. February 24, 5:50 America, New York, U.S. Allies poised to hit Russia with broad sanctions for Ukraine invasion. Measures are expected to target Russian banks and debt, ban exports of technology critical to industry.
New York Times Business.
February 24, 5:44 America, New York. Oil and gas prices soar and worries rise about future supplies. Brent crude oil rose above $104 a barrel, its highest since 2014, and European gas futures spiked after Russia invaded Ukraine. Cars lined up outside a gas station in Lviv, in western Ukraine, on Thursday.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
February 24, 5:37 America, New York. Russian invasion scrambles prospects for global economy. The attack on Ukraine heaps fresh risks on a global economy struggling with soaring inflation, supply chain snarls and a rocky recovery from the pandemic.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
February 24, 5:30 America New York, inflation threatens impact of infrastructure law. Facing higher costs for materials and workers, local governments may opt for smaller, quicker projects under the $1 trillion law.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
February 24, 5:30 America New York, Brinks is reviewing Russia-related transactions to comply with U.S. sanctions, CFO says. Cash management company Brinks has started reviewing its client transactions in and out of Russia to ensure it complies with newly introduced U.S. sanctions against the country, its finance chief said.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
February 24, 5 o'clock America New York, White House lays out changes to address supply chain shortfalls. The Biden administration outlined dozens of measures the federal government can take to strengthen freight transportation and infrastructure following almost 2 years of supply chain turmoil that has frustrated American businesses and helped fuel inflation.
New York Times Business.
February 24, 5 o'clock America New York. Say hello again to the office, fingers crossed. ANSI executives have a message for their employees. Plans to return to in-person work are real this time. Employees at TIAA, which is targeting a March 7 full return to the office in Manhattan.
Daily FX Market News.
February 24, 5 o'clock America New York, S&P 500, FTSE 100, DAX, equity markets slump as Russian troops invade Ukraine. Global stock markets are under heavy selling pressure as Russian forces invade Ukraine, stoking volatility and geopolitical unrest.
New York Times Business. February 24, 4:44 America New York. EU plans tougher sanctions on Russia but aims to protect its own interests. Diplomats said several European Union members were concerned about certain sectors of Russia's economy that could be penalized. European Union leaders will meet in Brussels on Thursday in an effort to approve a second round of sanctions against Russia.
Daily FX Market News.
February 24, 4:33 America New York. Russian, Ukraine-linked agricultural commodities soar, placing wheat and corn limit up. While markets focus on energy prices, key agricultural products such as wheat, soy and corn rally, adding to inflation pressures on global food prices.